What's up guys, this is Wolf Gaming and thanks for joining me on a Call of Duty video. Today I'm presenting the Dingo LMG, a best class setup and short review. I'm going to give you my best class as far as attachments, the perks, and everything you need to do well with this weapon on my road to Diamond LMGs and eventually Dark Matter Camo rather. So now that all the intros are aside, let's get into it. First, a brief introduction on the gun stats. The Dingo has a decent damage profile. You know, it's not the best out of the LMGs, but it makes up for it in fire rate and has a good range as well. And it's actually fairly accurate. If you look at the crosshairs, you know, minus the laser sight, which I happen to run on my best class, you'll see that it's actually pretty tight, and it's a fairly accurate LMG even from range. When you take the suppressor and use it, it still doesn't kill the range that much where, you know, it's unusable, and it's still about 3 or 4 shots to kill on average. And you know, it shoots quick and it's a good LMG. And here's my best class right now as far as attachments. Check it out. We have the quick draw, the laser sight, the grip, and the suppressor. So now, why these attachment guys versus something that you might want? Well, let's walk through each of them in depth and how they play on the strengths of the weapon. So of course, quick draw grip is almost a necessity. You know, it's an LMG, so it doesn't really have an aim down sights time as fast as, you know, let's say an assault rifle or submachine gun, even though the Dingo happens to feel like that sometimes. I mean, I'll be honest with you, during the beta I loved this gun. Like, I used it more than, like, you know, I saw people running around with the Razorback and the M8A7 and all those crazy overpowered weapons, and I was using this underrated beast. You know, that being said, the quick draw grip will help it out because, you know, you can aim down sights faster, and in combination with the fast hands perk, you'll be able to get the jump on your enemies after a sprint if they show up in your face, and that's a good segue into the next attachment, which will be the laser sight. Now, like I said, we want to play on the strengths of the weapon, and since this has such a tight, you know, crosshair, you know, it's good, it's accurate up close, you want to put that laser sight on there so that, you know, if you're running and you see somebody and you want to shoot them without having, and aiming down sights isn't going to cut it, you can't really, you know, use that extra time. You can hip fire, and most of the time, I'd say about 85 to 90% of the time, you will be able to get that kill. And you know, since it shoots pretty fast, this thing can make you feel like Rambo while you're running a gun, especially if you run a gung ho in your class, which I suggest, and is part of my best class setup as well. So moving on to the next part, we have the grip. The grip is obviously, you know, essential. It helps you out, especially if you're going for the headshot challenges to get this beautiful gold camo that you see on screen. You know, it keeps since it does have a pretty quick fire rate, you know, the gun does have a bit of a kick, and you want to make sure that you're staying on target so that you can do those headshot challenges, and, you know, those 3 or 4 shots to kill stay true to your enemy. And yeah, also, when you're shooting up score streaks high up in the sky, it will definitely help you to maintain that accuracy. I mean, this thing, I tested it with FMJ, and it's an absolute monster. Like, it can take out score streaks very quickly. So for the final, you want to run the suppressor. Now, that is a great attachment for LMGs. I love LMG suppressed. I don't know about you guys, but for me, you know, it keeps you off the radar, and in combo with Ghost. And this class is all about, you know, playing on the strengths of the weapon and the various perks that I decided to run, which are Ghost, Fast Hands, and Gung Ho for shooting while sprinting. Well, that about wraps it up for me tonight, guys. If you want to learn more about the gold camo challenges for LMGs, you can check out the link in the description below for the BRM class stuff I did. I'll see you next time. Enjoy your night and your weekend. Take care, and peace.